There are a variety of options for uploading files to Kurzweil in order to use all of the reading, vocabulary, and study tools. A large variety of file formats can be uploaded into Kurzweil from different drives. The most popular are probably Word documents and PDF documents. The overview video on accessing digital text described the differences between the standalone and web versions in terms of how to upload into Kurzweil from different sources. Let's start with the Web License desktop app. In order to upload a document from a hard drive, you can either go to the File menu and select Open, or go to the Open an Existing File icon in the toolbar and select Open from Local Computer. Here you'll navigate to the appropriate folder and then click on the file to be opened. You'll get a dialog box asking how many pages, which you can choose from, and then click on OK. This is a PDF file. You'll see it being loaded into Kurzweil. If it needs to be rotated, that will be done. And then it should be saved in Kezi format or Kurzweil format so that it doesn't take as long to open the next time. It's brought the file in exactly the way that it looked and has done optical character recognition so that it can read the text and so that students can interact with that text in a variety of ways. You can also bring files in from the Universal Library. The Universal Library is Kurzweil's cloud-based storage. In order to do this, select File and choose Open from Library. Alternatively, you can click on the Open an Existing File icon and select Open from the Universal Library. You'll see your private and public folders, and you can select the folder containing the file you wish to open. I'll select Public, and then Epidemiology, and then on the right hand side you see the files that are within that folder, and click on Open. You'll notice that that opened very quickly because it was saved in a Kurzweil format. You can also open from a Google Drive. You can go to the icon in the toolbar and select Open from a Google Drive, or go through the File menu and select Open from Google Drive. The first time you do this, you'll see a dialog box which asks for permission for Kurzweil to access this Google Drive. Click on Allow, and then you'll see the Open from Google Drive. So if I click on my drive and expand that, I can then open the appropriate folder and then the file and click on Open. Once again, I get that dialog box, click on OK, and it brings it in. We won't wait for it this time. I'll just close that. Similarly, you can bring files in from OneDrive and from Dropbox. However, these are not yet in the toolbar menu. You would need to go to the File menu, click on Open, and choose your Dropbox or choose your OneDrive, and navigate to that folder, and then open the file. And Dropbox would work in the same way. The standalone desk app uses all of the same options as the desktop app for the web license, except for the use of the Universal Library, which is not available in the standalone version. Now we'll take a look at the web license web app, and we'll look at how file management is handled on the web. When you open the web version, you see your Universal Library on the left-hand side, and up in the right-hand corner, you see 5 buttons. 4 black buttons, Google Drive, OneDrive, and we'll be looking at computer as well. And you see an orange button, which is Upload. Let's take a look first at the Upload button. This button is used when you'd like to upload from your computer directly into the Universal Library. You select the folder into which you'd like the file to be housed, and after it's loaded into that folder, you need to come into the Universal Library and open the folder. The file does not open automatically. In contrast to this, when you upload from the Google Drive, from OneDrive, or from the computer, the file opens automatically and it's housed in the recently opened local files. Following this, you need to come back to the Universal Library and move that file into the folder that you'd like it to be housed in. So let's take a look first of all at the Upload button. Here we'll be uploading a KESI file from the computer into a folder, and I'd like it to go into my epidemiology folder. So here's the KESI file. We receive a message saying the upload was successful, and there it is. And now we must click on it in order to open it. And there it is. Let's go back to the Universal Library. I'm just going to delete that file. And now we'll upload from the computer using the computer button. Let's load that same KESI file. And there it is loaded, but if we go back to the Universal Library, you'll notice that even though I had my epidemiology folder selected, it went into recently opened files, and now I need to move it. I can do that using the Move button in my toolbar, or I can simply click and drag that into the appropriate folder. So I'm going to move it into my epidemiology folder. I'll get a message asking me to confirm that that's what I'd like to do and that it was successful. And now if I click on my epidemiology folder, there it is. And you'll see that it's no longer in my recently opened local files. So this is the way it works from Google Drive, OneDrive, and uploading from the computer, in contrast to uploading directly to the Universal Library. And why you might want to use the computer upload instead of uploading to the Universal Library is that when that file is open and you're working with it, you might want to save the document to the Google Drive or to OneDrive, as opposed to saving it in your Universal Library. Now we'll take a look at Google Drive. So click on the Google Drive button, and you might need to indicate which account you'd like to go to. And I'll go to my Google Drive, and there I have 2 files. I'm going to upload the KESI file just because it will open more quickly. And there it is. I'll go back to my Universal Library and just demonstrate the same in order to upload from OneDrive into Kurzweil. So I'll click on my OneDrive button, select the document, and click on Open. There it is, it's loaded, and we'll need to rotate that page right. And there it is, ready to go. So just to recap, In the web version, you can upload from Google Drive, from OneDrive, and from your local computer into the Universal Library from the orange button, or open into Kurzweil with the other buttons, and then decide where you'd like to save following your interaction with the document that you're working on. This provides lots of flexibility in terms of bringing materials into Kurzweil from different locations, as well as then saving those materials following your interaction with the material using all of the tools in Kurzweil.